A warm welcome to the Burnside Bowling Club for this, the men's singles final in the 2004 GM Daewoo Dorchester Finance men's singles final. And when I say a warm welcome, I mean it. It's an absolutely magnificent day here at Burnside. Greens in wonderful condition, and it's probably fair to say that throughout the qualifying, the cream has come to the top. What better could you have than the playing through champion just getting on the mat now, Ali Forsyth from the United Club in Nelson, and he's up against one of the most colourful characters of recent times in bowls, Canterbury's own Gary Lawson. Remarkable, really, for Ali Forsyth to come through again, isn't it, to be able to defend his title?
Yeah, for sure. To back it up 2 years in a row is not that easy, and certainly it's not achieved that often. So for Ali to come through again is great from our point of view. He's one of our best prospect as a younger player in the game, and see him here in the final against Gary Lawson is fantastic.
Gary Lawson, of course, has sort of done a bit of a Houdini, didn't he? He gave the game away, got tired of it, came back, and he's back to his very best now, isn't he?
He is, and he's back in playing international bowls as well. He's putting a lot of time both on and off the green. He's attending the gym. He's got himself probably as fit as he's ever been for bowls, and he's determined to make World Bowls team, which is going to be announced at the end of the Nationals.
When you look around this green too, from a Burnside clubman's point of view, you must be delighted with the crowd. They're here in huge numbers, aren't they?
They certainly are, and possibly a number of them haven't got good viewing points, and obviously we probably needed more grandstands to cater for everybody today.
Well, full house in, and so it should be, because we're looking at two of the best exponents of men's singles play in Ali Forsyth, just delivering there on the backhand from United and Nelson, up against Gary Lawson from Canterbury. So it's underway now. The marker for today is interesting, Stu. He's the chairman of New Zealand Selectors, Peter Shaw. I suppose if you wanted to have a look at how your charges are going, there's probably no better than a big ringside.
No, he's right there, and Peter's also the team's manager as well, and he will be paying particular attention to both these players.
Well, first end underway. Lawson has the shot at the moment. Just trying to get the icing on the cake if he can. Make it two. He's in the distinctive maroon bowls, or cherry bowls, I suppose you call them. It's a new departure for me. Up against Ali Forsyth with the bright green bowls. And that's enough for two for Gary Lawson, and he opens with two. So fine performance by Gary Lawson. Settling early, that's important, Stu, isn't it, to get into it?
It is. You're 21 shots up, and to get off the good start, you put the pressure immediately on the opponent. So both of them will be looking to play these first few ends as well as they can.
Very important, of course, ends do not count. It is the first to that magic figure of 21 when you come to singles play. And Gary Lawson, the very best of starts, picks up two shots to start. He controls the mat and the jack, of course. He's gone long this time. How long's he gone? Now, what happens in that case, Stu, where he's put it in the ditch? What happens?
The opponent then can place the mat where he wants to, and then he will ask the marker to place the jack at a length that he feels confident that he can draw to.
Now, in the old days, of course, the other player would have bowled the jack again, wouldn't he?
Yes, the jack used to be sent back, and the opponent would then redeliver the jack.
So is that a time factor more than anything else?
Yes, just to speed up the game.
Right, Gary Lawson, as you'll notice, though, still gets to lead off the mat, even though the actual length and the mat position was determined by his opposition. And I'll tell you what, suits him pretty well by the look of it. He doesn't have many complaints. Just fractionally in front. Wonderful, wonderful conditions. And I was privileged enough to watch Ali Forsyth and Gary Lawson make their ways through to the final yesterday afternoon. Two contrasting styles of games, weren't they? Gary Lawson just blitzed his opposite number, and Ali Forsyth really had to come back from the death to win 21-20. So contrasting styles. Will we see that today? Long ball delivered there by Ali Forsyth.
Yes, he's just taking a wee while to settle down here. No, I'd expect the game to be pretty close today, and unless one of them gets off to an early start, it's going to be difficult. But once Ali settles down, I think we'll see some very good draw shots from him.
Gary Lawson just going round the back now. Green is perfect. He's right on the line. Setting them up pretty well. Gary Lawson, great stalker of bowls, isn't he?
He is, yes.
By that I mean he follows his bowl up.
Yes, and he's very good with his first two bowls, and you normally find that most singles players are very effective with those first two bowls, and it sets up the end for them to play with the third and fourth bowl any attacking shot that's required.
Good adjustment made here by the defending champion Ali Forsyth from the United Club in Nelson. First bowl way too long, second one adjusted pretty well. Green perfect, length just round the back. Lawson now, he'll see a lot of that in the commentary, I tell you, of him jogging up the green. He stalks his bowls. Likeable, colourful, good for men's bowls is Gary Lawson. And by the same token, for the defending champion to come through, it's a credit to his preparation for these nationals. Stu, just on the nationals, of course, they're history making. It's the combination nationals of men's and women's bowls coming together. I, for one, think that's a very, very positive move. Your thoughts?
I agree as well. The sport is amalgamated now, and to see both the men and women here for this week of bowls has been fantastic, and the crowds, but we're getting both gender coming along to support both.
Well, they are a united organisation. Here's a good bowl coming in, and he will take shot with that. He just taps Lawson out of the road, and I think we'll pick up shot. You can see their big crowd in. Boy, they'll get crinkle cut chipped up there. They'll get really fried. But, yeah, there's the overhead shot. I think it probably will favour Forsyth. Yourself, Stu?
I think so. I think Ali is holding one there, and Gary will probably just play down the backhand again and try and beat his bowl at his jack level.
Of course, they're bowling away from our commentary position, bowling up towards the Port Hills end here at Burnside. Lawson, neat, tidy, very quick man, doesn't take a lot of time, makes his mind up and goes for it. He wants the bang there, he's not going to get it. Forsyth one to play. A lot of yellow shirts, you'll notice when you have a look at Ali Forsyth. He's in his club colours. United of Nelson, and there's a fair old sprinkling of yellow shirts around this packed Burnside green. And here are numbers, as there will be a lot of Lawson supporters as well. Both popular figures in men's bowls. The green bowl, as I say, it's pretty new to me. How long have they been in, Stu, the coloured bowls?
They've been in for a few years now, but in New Zealand it's only really been the last season. This season we've seen more of them.
Touch of class there, Ali Forsyth. Had a shocker with his first bowl.
But, for this tournament in particular, right through post-session play, there's been a number of left-handers playing at Burnside here, and probably the most I've seen in one place at any other time.
Great reply from Forsyth. He ain't going to give an inch. Can drop in, and it can be crucial when it comes to tape time. Lawson, up the green he goes. Strongly weighted bowl, this one. Trying to take off Forsyth's bowl if he can. He doesn't want to knock it in. It's tighter now than it was. He's asking the marker. Now, interesting here, Stu, just tell us about this. The marker can or can't say what?
The marker will answer the question that's asked of them.
And in comes Forsyth now. He's underneath. Underneath. Now, Lawson having a good study of this one. Does seem to be a player, doesn't he, Stu, that once he gets it fixed in his mind, is that what you would advise your top players to do, or any players really? Once you get set, just go and do it. Don't change your mind halfway through.
No, for sure, and we encourage our players to go through a pre-shot routine, make the decision, and then go through the same routine each time, and then just go through your deliveries as quick as possible. We try and get them to prepare off the mat, and once they get on the mat, they then deliver the bowl.
So on the forehand comes Gary Lawson. Now he will be bowling into the breeze, which is coming from corner to corner. So he will be getting the assistance of the breeze to draw the bowl in. Forsyth, on the other hand, of course, he's got to work a bit harder to get the draw. It is only a zephyr, and without it, I tell you what, there'll be some people not able to sit here to watch the bowls. We've needed it. It's in the 30s already. Got a long day to go yet too, and a lot of bowls to be played. Forsyth taking his time over looking at this. There's the yellow shirts I talked about. Yes, they're hero numbers supporting their club man. It's important for the clubs, isn't it, to be represented at finals time, and more importantly, to win it for your club.
Oh, it is, for sure. And United Club has had a very good record over the recent years, and they get right behind any of their players that come through to these championships.
It's been a wonderful resurgence by that United Club at Nelson, hasn't it? They've really come up trumps.
They have a number of international players that come out of that club, and that's just emerged in the last 3 or 4 years.
The applause you hear, of course, is trying to find the other finalists for the men's pairs. They're just drawing to a close in their game. It's been tight all the way, but the eyes are on the singles. This looks strong. Too strong. It's splash. It's in the ditch. Now, that means, of course, for new viewers anyway, once it goes in there, you cannot use that bowl in any way. Now, Lawson, it's still tight at the head. Lawson would like to make sure of it, I'm sure. This is the last bowl to be delivered. In this end. In it tracks. In it comes again. Still keeps coming. They roll forever, don't they? That shot itself. Now there'll be a measure, probably will, or they agree to one. They agree to one. Lawson quickly picks up the jack. 2. Sorry, they agreed to 2, so there we are. They're coming in 2, Stu.
Yes, a very good last bowl by Gary there. Got the bonus shot, and that's what's important. When you have an opportunity to get that bonus, you've got to take them because they could count later on in the game.
4-2 it is, the race to 21, and this the men's, the GM Daewoo Dorchester Finance men's singles final for 2004. Played in splendid conditions here at the Burnside Greens, as they have been the whole tournament. Of course, still a lot of bowls to come, Stu. I think you've got all the 4s to play yet. Big week of bowls still.
Yes, we're back here next Sunday as well, and it's 4 start tomorrow.
Lawson opens up, goes round the back. Wee way over the head. Better there than short, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's important with your first one to be either to the jack or pass, and it gives you options later on.
This looks narrow to me, but I'm still getting the feel, really, of the bowl. Yeah, it was a fraction narrow. A little short as well. About 8 o'clock. As you look at the clock, Lawson's at about 1 o'clock. Wee way back. Lawson's second. He'll just take the weight off fractionally. Has he taken it too much? Looks pretty good to me. It tracks in well. Crowd like it too. Lawson on the money.
Yeah, very good correction from his first bowl.
I still say it's great to see someone like Gary Lawson back in top line bowls. Bowls needs it. Bowls needs character. So does all sport. Forsyth. Love to pick the jack if he could get it. Not going to this time. Better correction from him as well. Although still just as narrow. Important to note too, of course, Stu, isn't it? Both sides of the green play differently.
Yes, they do. There's different characteristics from one side to the other, so it's important to learn them as early as possible.
In comes Lawson. This will be the second. We're just travelling a bit quicker than one gave it. Looked to be right on target, but just kept going.
Yeah, Ali will be just trying to draw another shot close here, and then if Gary doesn't get another one close with his last one, and Ali will be looking to attack the shot bowl with his last.
Forsyth wider this time and deeper. Going back to match Lawson's back bowl. Forsyth with the green bowls, got the yellow shirt with the green bowls, the cherry coloured bowls. Canterbury's Gary Lawson. Away he goes on the forehand, the little man.
He'll be trying to get one close here to get another shot on the head.
Won't want to disturb the jack if he can help it, because waiting in the wings is Forsyth. You need to stop it now if he can. It won't stop for him.
We'll see the first attacking shot of the game.
Here we go. On the left hand, of course, because he's left-handed. He's going to remove the bowl of Lawson's if he can. Winds up and lets it go. People love this in sport, don't they? Going to miss the lot. Got what Paddy shot at, absolutely nothing. 5-2 it is. So here's the first bowl, delivered now by Lawson. I was going to say he'd be the crowd favourite, but when you have a look at how many Nelson United people are around, I think it's probably, well, it wouldn't be a 50-50, but it's probably 75-25. So support for both men, which is great. This, of course, is what you aim for. This is a national title. There's thousands of us play. There's very few get it, Stu.
That's true.
Do you ever get to select me in the national men's side? Might rate my chances more than the women's, I don't know at the moment. Good reply by Forsyth. Both behind. Lawson, lovely smooth delivery. No jerkiness, no nothing.
He has, and a very good straight line movement as well.
In it comes. Looks a good bowl, this one. Useful enough. That shot. Green's just playing beautifully. Must be a joy to bowl on. Forsyth with the green bowl. Going a bit. Click clack and makes its way through. Lawson not put off by the plane going over the top. Of course, we are in close proximity to the Christchurch International Airport here at Burnside. And if you get the wind the right way, you have them all day. Lawson's got this one under control. Just stop it. I've just run a bit further than he wanted.
Yes, all the bowls are probably about 2 foot behind Jack, and Gary, we were disappointed with that, but he's pretty close in trailing Jack to make 3 good shots.
Still room for Forsyth to come in. Down he comes, looks quick again. Managed to be stopped by one of Lawson's bowls there. Both just struggling a little on the length, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Speed of the green. Running at around about 17 seconds. Now, if you wonder what that is, ladies and gentlemen, that's from the moment the bowl is let go until it stops. There's a count made then, and they're running about 17. I'd predict this afternoon probably around about 18. They'll bake a little bit in the sun. Very, very hot conditions here. Lawson this time just looks to have pulled it back a little bit. Might have pulled it back too much. He stamps the foot, tries to encourage the bowl. They don't talk back, the bowls, do they?
No, they
Stu,
don't.
once you've let them go. Lawson wanted more out of it than that. Forsyth, door still open for him.
He's got plenty of room there to draw the shot.
Down it comes. He's wide this time. That wind just keeping it out a wee bit too, probably, Stu.
I think he just has got caught by a breeze that just come up as his bowl was coming down.
So now, crunch time. Measure comes out. Talk us through the measure. There's a correct procedure, isn't there, Stu?
Yes, you measure from the jack to the bowl.
Whose bowl?
It doesn't matter. You can go to your opponent or your own bowl to start with, and then you just go back to the next bowl with it with the same length.
So Lawson there making his way round the clock, isn't he?
Yes.
Doesn't seem to be an argument. I can have another wee measure just to check. Now the opponent's perfectly entitled to measure.
Yes.
And if there's a dispute, of course, there's an umpire.
The umpire will come in and do the measure and make the final decision.
Tense time here. It's early days, of course, and this is the final. They've agreed. No, one last look. 2 to Lawson. Loves getting them in 2s at the moment. So we go up 7-2. Handy lead to have, but of course you're certainly not all over, is it?
No, it's a long way to go yet, and Ali's just struggling with his speed control at the moment.
So Lawson in front Remember, the prize is 21 points. You want 21 on your scoreboard for you to take away the national men's title for 2004. Lawson on the mat, ready to deliver. Right-hand bowler. So he'll bowl on his backhand. Obviously, he's chosen that, I presume, Stu, has he? That he feels comfortable on his backhand going that way.
Yes, and the length's a bit longer as well. So he's decided to go on the backhand and see if he can find it, and he's played a superb bowl.
Yes, he's like a moth to a light. Hats on, you need them today, I tell you. Forsyth, what's the reply? He's coming, of course, up the other side of the rink. That's his favoured side at the moment. Of course, it can change. Good reply. Falls underneath Lawson's bowl. Lawson will stay on his backhand. Delivers it nicely. Of course, to people watching this, Stu, it looks such a simple game, doesn't it? It's only up and down. Crikey, how can it be difficult?
Yeah, we just wish it was true.
Gary's just going to show you how to do it. Toucher. Now, this comes up the interesting point. You see the marker there, Peter Shaw, going forward and putting chalk on Gary Lawson's bowl. Why is he doing that?
It means that bowl is alive, and if the bowl through some attacking shot is displaced into the ditch, it's still alive. It's still is part of that particular end. So
where the other bowls aren't.
Where the other bowls aren't.
Right. Okay. So you don't always bowl for touches, but if you get them, sometimes it can be a help. Now, wider out this time is Forsyth, a lot wider. To his detriment, actually. Yes, he's really having trouble just judging it. There's only a smidgen in it, isn't it, to get it spot on or wrong?
It is. It's, you know, one revolution of the bowl is about 18 inches, so it's just a fraction of speed you're trying to apply to your bowl each time to increase it or decrease it.
Don't think this will come under Gary's liking. It won't be quite where he wants it, but he wants to be behind because Forsyth's in a spot of bother here, and he may decide it's time to get a little serious. 7-2 down on the board. 2 down on the head. I'd say he's 2 down on the head.
He'd be 2 down. I think his front bowl would be third shot.
So he wants to stay in the match, obviously. The way to do that, he's decided to draw. He's obviously found that there is a gap there. If he can get his line dead right, he can come round and through. And it looks pretty well tracked at this stage. It's going to go wide, though. Splash in the ditch. Now, there's the difference. You see, that bowl now is dead. It's been put up on the bank by Peter Shaw, where the one with Gary Lawson's chalk mark on it will be live for the duration of this particular head. 2's the signal from the marker. Lawson holds 2. Wants the icing on the cake if he can get 3. Round the back a little closer to the jack, perhaps, than his last one.
Yes,
I think he wants to be behind.
Just trying to beat his last bowl, and that would be enough with third shot.
Pretty good if it's got the wheels. If it's got the wheels, well, it just stays a little straight out there, doesn't it? Good enough, though. That might test that third shot. He's being asked now as the marker. 3 is the call. Desperate times, desperate measures. Persists with the draw. Would you have been tempted to have perhaps mixed it a bit?
No, I think with being 3 down, he's got to try and draw at least second shot if he
He's
possibly
got to
can.
get up there, and he's under. He's underneath. Not a good bowl from Ali Forsyth from United. He'd be disappointed with that. Let's watch the lollipops on the marker. I think they've got agreement. Think we're going to see 3? We are. Now, that's a sensational lead to Gary Lawson, 10-2. I talked to one of his contemporaries yesterday, funnily enough, Andy Curtin, and I said, how do you think Gary will go? He said, I think he'll smash him. Well, 10-2. Crucial time now in the match, isn't it, for Ali Forsyth, defending champion.
Ali's really got to start to get his game together and try and apply some pressure to Gary. At the moment, Gary's running away with it.
Yes, he's just very composed on the matters, Lawson. Doesn't vary things much in his delivery. Sights the jack and goes for it. With Forsyth just struggling a little bit, just on the length and at times the green. He's undercut this one as Gary Lawson, but his weight's still going to be useful enough. Now this is the forehand, of course, for Forsyth, because he's left-handed, so he follows the same line as Gary Lawson. Green bowls of the Nelson Club member. This looks better. This looks better. He'll be pleased with that as a bit of a confidence booster. He needed it. Lawson now trying to wrest away the initiative from him. He's done it very well indeed.
Great reply.
There's the touch. So watch now, you'll see the chalk go on. There it is. Mark on there, see it? Now that means that bowl is always alive on this head. So if there's a bit of crash and burn stuff, that could be important, that wee bit of chalk. He's going to go well past this time as Forsyth. Might want to build at the back, mightn't he?
Yeah, I think he'd be disappointed with that because he really needs another one close before he can really start to attack it. But he was trying to give himself a chance on the bowl or the jack and trying to get a wee bit of movement out of either the bowl or the jack on that occasion so he could rest the shot.
Fully absorbed to the crowd here at Burnside. 10-2, but boy, a game can turn on its head real quick. Lack of concentration from one player. Upping the ante by the other. Here's trouble, you see. Now, if Lawson knocks that any closer, he can lose the shot. That'll be a measure. That's what can happen. You may think you've got the best position bowls, and then all of a sudden... Yeah, but it's a measure, I'm sure. Just not where he wanted to be there, Gary Lawson. Now can Forsyth ride the luck of the green bowls? The luck of the Irish. He wants to take him out, does he? Oh, brilliant. Oh. Now, that's frustrating where it didn't roll one more. Maybe just when it didn't, because it may have taken the jack towards Lawson, mightn't it?
Yeah, it may have done, but it gives him a lot more options to play with his last bowl now. Even though he's probably one shot down, he can probably attack Lawson's bowl with his last one.
Oops, Lawson just, flexing his muscles there. I wonder what that means. Is he going to have a bit of a ping? Because he'd hold, if he killed those two bowls, he'd hold three. And if you have a look, he's eyeing it up. There he is. He's thinking, can I get the two? Where do I have to whack it? Which side? What's he doing now?
He's just using his fingers to try and judge the distance from jack to bowl. And it's just acting like a measure. He'll decide and he'll have a fair indication whether he's holding the shot by using his fingers as a measure.
All right, so all eyes on Lawson now. He's may still be one up. The marker favours the Lawson cherry-coloured bowl. From our position, it's very difficult to see. It's a measure, but I do too tend to favour the Lawson bowl. He's got to be careful he doesn't disrupt and cause some havoc here. I think I'd take the one and run, wouldn't you? He's up 10-2.
I think what he may try and do is try and play to the head, and if he can just move that jack just 6 inches, will take the danger away.
You could bowl here. Good bowl here if it runs. He'll stamp the foot. No. Just broke a little early on him. Now. Forsyth needs a shot to get back in. All the pressure on the man from the United Club of Nelson. How does he respond to the pressure? He's the playing through champion. He should know what he's doing. Should know how to handle it. Don't knock yourself too far away. Takes the jack as well. Very well bowled indeed. 1, 2 shots, I think, Ellie. 2 it is. butter. And this is what you guys want to see, isn't it, as a tussle?
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
best
for sure.
bowlers fighting it out. One-sided contest, no use to anyone.
No, and they're both very good players, very good singles players, and you'd expect a close encounter.
So Ali Forsyth, shoulders feel better now, I bet. Carries the hopes, of course, of the Nelson province. Huge effort to win back-to-back singles. Peter Bellis did it. We all know how he went on, Stu, don't we?
Yes.
What a badge of a bowler, really.
No, he's one of our finest players.
Life member now, too. I think he's your first one, isn't he? First playing life member, anyway.
Yes.
Yes, so Peter Bellis had managed to do back-to-back. I'm not going to quite put Ali Forsyth in that exalted company yet, but boy, it's one heck of a step along the journey, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's not over yet, don't worry. Here's Lawson. He's going to make amends. He wants it badly. He's got a hunger for it. To be fair, I'd sooner be where Lawson is than where Forsyth is, but
Yes, both bowlers have been pretty loose on this end with their first bowl.
funny enough, it's been a tricky end all day, Stu. No one really mastered it.
No.
Coming down towards us seems to be the easier option.
Does seem to be a bit kinder coming this way.
Better looking effort here, though. Pretty jolly good looking effort to take shot. The little Morris Minor, green Morris Minor bowls. Up they go. Lawson with the cherry pickers. I only say that because I had a green Morris Minor once, Stu. You see, it was that colour, and I always remember it.
Oh, okay.
Great car. It ran better on empty than full. I don't know, because I didn't have any money in those days. But here we go with Lawson. He's in the money. That shot itself. No, they were amazing cars, those. Back to the bowls, though. Forsyth. He said, well, what do I have to do to get rid of you? They hang a bit there for him, don't they?
Yes.
Then they turn.
He's looking to just move that
Looking at
jack
good
back.
ball. He wanted that. Very nice try. Very nice try.
Yeah, probably just a touch more weight than he was wanting.
So you're concentrating so much, aren't you, on getting your green right to get that jack, and hard to remember all the ingredients that make the perfect shot. Lawson now holds one. How's he looking? Tracking pretty kindly. Might be a bit quick, is it? Yes, it'll only be one.
Yeah, still quite a good position bowl, and he had to just take a wee bit extra green to make sure he stayed on that side of the jack. No movement. He didn't want any movement of the jack to Ali Forsyth's bowl.
No way. So, the big fella, young man, bowl in hand, Lawson holding the shot. He's done remarkably well to close the gap. He'd love to lock it up. Not travelling well enough, I'm afraid, sir. Poor bowl, that. Can happen, you just drop it at the wrong time. Lawson now. He's got to be careful if he wants to get greedy to get two.
He may actually decide to change his hand and play down the
Yes.
backhand and
Promote his own bowl in.
yeah, promote his own bowl, pick up the jack, or even rest Ali Forsyth's closest bowl.
Because he's got two lovely wing bowls, hasn't he?
Yes.
If he could just get that jack across, and probably using his own bowl in the front there would be the help. He's having a look. Don't know whether he's listening to us. He's right in front of us. He's never listened to me in the past. I don't think he'll change now, will he? Lawson. He's his own man, so he should be. He's on the mat. It's his title, if he wants it.
No, he decided to go back the forehand. He had a look down the... No, he's changed his mind again.
Don't like that. Here he goes. What's he going to do with it?
Playing down the backhand.
He's trying it a little narrow. We'll have to turn a bit for him. More than it's got in it, I think. Seems to hold out a bit there, Stu, doesn't it? Just a wee bit.
It does. He just slightly widened this line, and
Yes.
but that was the safest hand for him to play down.
Take the one and run. So, always something magical about 15 and 18 to me, Stu. I don't know, it might be just the way I'm born.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah, I like 15, I like 18. I don't like it when the other mug's got 21.
No. I think all us try to get to 17, and then we know we can go out at any stage. So.
Oh, you see tactics? Oh, I'd never thought of that. I've never got them in threes, I don't think. All right. Lawson holding 2. 15-13 on the boards. Hour and a quarter gone. I don't think it's quite as hot as it was either, to be honest. I think that breeze is just tempering it nicely. It's a perfect day for bowls, ideal day for bowls. Let's see if Lawson can play the ideal bowl. He's gone long this time. I tell you what, he's given it a
Very
fair
close.
old run. Excellent work, Brewer Rabbit.
Yeah, that's a great opener.
Excellent work. Forsyth, he's good enough to put the reply on. Quite like his green. Don't like his speed too much unless it pulls up quick. His green was good. Just the weight, but he's better there than in front. Lawson now. Steady over on the forehand.
Yeah, we trying just to get behind the head to give them a bit of protection of any movement of the jack.
Let's see if he's successful. Coach has said he's going to go behind. He ain't going to do that, Stu. He's
No,
going
he's
to
dropped short.
drop in the hole in the front. I notice the bowls don't have any tread on them nowadays. Is that sort of gone, is it?
You find that the top players generally play with bowls without dimples, but the average club bowler would have dimples.
Right. Just to help in the wind?
Yeah, it will help to hold the bowl when you're delivering it. The dimples, that's what they've been designed for. But the top players, and also internationally, they don't have dimples. They consider that the dimples are not a good bowl to play with in windy conditions.
Oh, really? Well, a good reply there from Ellie Forsyth. It's got him up into the head anyway. Still room for Lawson. He wants to be behind. He wouldn't want another short one. Wouldn't want to drop it short. Further than he'd want, but it's there. It's gone splash, I think. It's a chip. So it went further than he wanted. Forsyth, your chance, Babs, here. Oh, he wanted just a smidgen. Very, very good effort. As I say, it's keeping them honest.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good position now, so he'll be looking to play a more attacking shot with his last.
Lawson now. Persisting with the forehand. It's worked well enough for him in the past. Tracks down. Coming to the head better this time. Coming in better this time. Two shots it is.
It'd be interesting to see what Ali Forsyth decides to do here. He may change his hand and play a firm weighted shot down on the left-hand side of the rink and try and pick up the jack and take it back to his back bowl.
Yes, Lawson's got nothing behind.
It looks like it's what he's going to try and do.
Got his backhand, but straightish one feels looking at his feet. He took a bit of green. Here it comes. He'll have a target in mind. He'll have a target in mind. He wouldn't want to promote that one. Nope. 2 it is. So the magic 17 comes up. Stewie Butter says she's out from there if you can. Forsyth will know he's probably got to score next, doesn't he?
He does. And he'd be pretty disappointed with that last bowl as well, because he didn't give himself a chance to get the shot.
Got a feeling he wants a couple here, really. Just to keep Lawson honest. Hasn't been too spectacular as far as drives or firmly bowled balls, but it's been a lot of tactical work done. Lawson away. Getting some length on this end. So now the mat can be placed. Lawson threw it too far. And he'll ask for the jack to come up. Not too far though, Stu, did he?
No, he's come up 2 metres from the 2 metre mark, so it's 4 metres from the ditch.
Important to remember though that Lawson still bowls first, as he's doing now. Get around behind if you can. He's about 10 o'clock. Wanted to be a wee bit further round, didn't he, Stu?
Yeah, he did. Once again, that bowl just seemed to just hold its line, and didn't really turn back into the centre that you would expect it to.
A lot of poles to be played on this rink, Stu, today, isn't there?
There
We've
is.
already had the women's singles go round. I suppose that changes the shape and the nature of it. Doesn't affect Forsyth too much.
No.
I suppose it does that, does it?
Yeah, the more bowls that played will generally just quicken the rink up a wee bit as the day goes on.
Lawson now, he's gone a bit narrower this time. And it will turn for him this time. Has he got the weight? Tight call there. Favour Lawson. No. Giving it to Forsyth. They're away from us, of course. Forsyth bowling right directly underneath us. Towards the head at the Port Hills end.
He's got a pretty good line
He has
here.
got a good bowl here. Changed his hand. And it's paid off for him. Just rolled a couple too many, but better there than in many other places, Stu.
Yeah, it gives him good position, and any movement on the jack with his bowl, he can make 3 shots with it.
17-13 it is. Remember, the race is to 21. Ends don't count at all. He's got it. Will it roll out? Yes, it does. In some games, of course, that would be put. Now they can determine which way they're going to go, can they, Stu?
Yes, well, the end has to be replayed from the end.
Here's the
direction they
replay.
came
Have a look at
from.
this. He's right on the money here. Bit of pace. Picks up the bowl and just far and wide it goes. So, sorry, you were just saying that?
They had to play the end from the direction they were playing from, unless both agree otherwise.
Right. Well, they appear to have agreed to play it from this end. So they'll come from underneath us again. There's our tower up there. They're underneath us. And that end will be replayed. Of course, ends don't count. Score stays the same, 17-13. That was a classic example of the balls with the bowls we talked about that have the chalk on them. Had that jack stayed in, had the beam one with a mark on it, then it would have been still live.
Would have stayed in the ditch alive, yes.
Yes. However, it didn't happen. We haven't had an example of it for you yet.
A very good drive by Gary Lawson there. His first one of the game, and he was right on target.
Marker looks skyward as a plane comes over the top of us. Away goes Lawson now. It's a restart. 17-13 it remains. Holding it line quite well. Foot in front.
Once again, it's a pretty close bowl, and certainly Gary Lawson's been a lot more effective with his first bowl than what Ali Forsyth has been right throughout the game.
Now he's challenging on that hand. You want to get round Lawson, but only just. And that's just about perfect. Just about perfect. He asks how far short he is, the marker can tell him. I said a foot, so I wasn't far out from this end. 14 inches the diff. Marker being challenged, why was it not in metrics? He said, I don't think he'd have understood. Quite right, too. Lawson short. Underneath. Check level in the end, but very absorbing contest. As we've said repeatedly, so it should be at this level. The top two exponents of singles bowls been found so in the 2004 champs, and they're living up to it. Forsyth, two good bowls.
Very good bowl. He had to change his hand to play down on his forehand side, and he's drawn the shot on that hand as well.
And delighted with the end result. Lawson. Still come on the backhand, will he? Yes, he will. With a run. What's he going to pick up here? Wants to miss his own if he can. Takes out one. Doesn't stay on? No. So we're down to one. Forsyth just got to put it back there now, Stu.
He does begin the one close,
Yep.
although his shot bowl is pretty well protected by Gary Lawson's short bowl, but he will be wanting to get another one close as well.
You just want more of the same with Ali Forsyth here. He's going on the other hand. He's going to try and get around that. Sit round the jack somewhere. It's going a bit. That's the insurance bowl, I suppose, is it?
Yeah, it is. I think he had to make sure he was to the head. But Gary Lawson may elect to attack again, or...
No. Straighter ball, this one. Is he looking for the jack this time? Is he looking for the jack? Is he looking for the jack? He's missed it. One to Forsyth. Marker just went quick out of the blocks there. He thought that was the end of it. Forsyth said, hang on, I've still got another one. He comes round on his forehand.
It's not far away again.
He's there or thereabouts. If he can get just in front of Lawson's bowl, he'll have two. But he does. Excellent bowls, Ali Forsyth United Club in Nelson. Gets two and pulls it back to two the diff. $17.15 it is. Gary Lawson, defending champion Ali Forsyth, two down. But picked up a valuable two there, has the mat, has possession. Never been ahead in the game, been 2-all, never been ahead, Ellie Forsyth. Finds himself 2 behind now. But he gets to deliver the first. And you want to nail this close to the jack. I think he's going to be pretty handily placed. It's probably one of the better first bowls of Ellie Forsyth, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a handy bowl, and it allows him something to work on with his other 3.
Now Lawson with the reply. Down towards the head he comes. Pretty much on a par with Forsyth's first. Pretty good track on this one too. Green perfect, weight just a little held back. Lawson stays down this time. Don't know whether that's a good sign or a bad sign. We'll find out where it finishes. Not a bad effort. That shot.
Yeah, staying down is pretty important. If there's a tendency to come up, it generally means that the force is coming up over the top of the bowl, and the bowl went up short. So Gary stayed down. His delivery was nice and fluent, and he got a bowl very close to the jack.
Forsyth now trying to get in front of that. Not going to do it with this one. Meets his other bowl. Lawson down. Important bowl, this one. Slaps the thigh. Carriages it, but it's gone further than Gary Lawson would have liked. Forsyth stays on the forehand. Why wouldn't you? It's worked pretty well coming this way. Good bowl here. Good bowl here. That'll be shot itself. And it is. And may make life a little difficult for Gary Lawson where it fell, actually.
Yes, he'll have to change his hand and come down his backhand side of the rink, and he'll be looking to play enough weight to reach the jack, and if he gets a wee bit of movement, he can make 2 shots with it.
Need to dislodge the jack, won't he?
Yeah, you just got to move it 6 inches to a foot, and you'll make 2 shots with it.
Well, we know what to do. Let's see if Gary Lawson's read it that way. Played it narrow. Played it narrow. Wants it to turn. Not too early though, he said, please. And it won't. He edges ever closer. Does the playing through champion. 17-16. I'll tell you what, if you're a betting man, Stewie, I don't really know that I'd get my wallet out just at the moment.
No, it's very close, and you know, you can't afford any mistakes from this point onwards. So if you make a mistake, the game could be quite easily all over with. So both of them be trying to apply pressure to each other.
Game started with a Hisler picking them up in 2s. Real break on the field by Gary Lawson at 10-4. And from there, it's just been fingernail stuff. Forsyth has just kept on plugging away. And Lawson's just been unable really to free himself of him, hasn't he?
Yes, that's right. And Ali has been just becoming more effective with his first bowl as well. So he's setting up the end a lot better than what he has in the past. And if he can continue to do that, he'll apply the pressure to Gary.
see where the first bowl goes this time. It's very important, as Forsyth's found out during the course of this match. Yes, the sit on it really was what he wanted, wasn't it?
Yes, he wanted something within certainly a foot, 12 inches of the jack.
Around comes Lawson. Maybe a bit solid himself, I think. So they go toe to toe, almost bowl to bowl. Falls kindly for Lawson. Sun now just being covered by a high veil of cloud, which will be to both players and spectators' advantage. The fierceness of that early January sun. Better bowl here. That would sort of be the first bowl he wanted. However, looks thin to me. Oof. Wanted to rest on there. Still room to come through for Forsyth. He hasn't changed. Same delivery. Around he comes. This is a good bowl.
It's coming in the
This is a
head
good
nice.
bowl. This is a good bowl. Oh, he just wanted to get round it. 2 down as Lawson. Forsyth get the lead for the first time in the match. Lawson saying no. Well, he wants his bowl to say no. He's not going to give it a chance, is he? Bit stiff in one way, I think, that he just didn't take both of them out. Your thoughts, Stu?
Yeah, he was unlucky. He drove both of Forsyth bowls, got them both, and except one of the bowls went onto his own and locked there and stayed, so he's still 1 down.
I don't think if he gave him another go, he'd play it any differently either.
No,
I think it was just the way the rub of the green went, really.
It was.
Literally the green bowl. Side. Of course, his challenge now is to put it back. He's going a long way towards it at the moment as you watch it. Hold 2 to me. Yes, he does. Marker agrees. Says 2 to Ali Forsyth. This for the lead. Lawson to prevent it. Testing the mettle of Brewer Rabbit. He comes on the other hand this time, and he can see the gap between the 2 green bowls. He wants to just nestle in there. Will it turn for him? Will it turn? Will it turn? Will it turn? It will. That will be shot itself, and Lawson's pleased. From 2 down to 1 up in 1 bowl. It's good work if you can get it, isn't it, Stu?
Yeah, it was a very important bowl for Gary there because that could have quite given Forsyth the lead, but he played that last bowl under pressure and was good enough to draw the shot.
It's the mat, the jack, the bowl. 18-16. Gary Lawson coming down towards us. Hope you're enjoying this coverage. It's been a fascinating encounter, befitting a final. Lawson coming in well. Good first up bowl.
Very good.
You'll be pleased with that.
And that's probably one area of the game that Gary has had an advantage. He's been more effective with that first bowl.
And yet he hasn't been able to shake him, really,
No,
has he?
no, he
Forsyth's
hasn't.
just stuck well. But I'm going to say, Stu, when Gary actually bowls a good first up one, Ali seems to do the same.
Yes.
When Ali's got the mat and bowls first, he just doesn't quite, he's not quite as accurate.
No, he's not, no.
There's a classic case there of two very good first up bowls, where I don't think if Ali had the mat, that may have been the case. Lawson, he's had his work cut out today. Andy Curtin telling me yesterday he thought Lawson would smash him. Well, there's been none of that. It's been thrust and counter thrust. Not where he wanted that one, Gary Lawson. Forsyth. He's got a good line again. He's going to be shorter. He looks heavenwards towards the wind, but I don't really think it hasn't changed much in the last 4 or 5 ends, really.
No,
has it?
it's been pretty constant, and he just got the adjustment wrong there.
Lawson needs to just let the throttle off a bit more. Seems to have got away quicker, that one, just watching it.
That's right, and you know, if you can get on the close one here, he puts the pressure on.
That's a better pressure effort.
He's holding 2, so it's good enough to take him to 20 at the moment. He's got 1 bowl left, so Ali Forsyth will want a good bowl with his 3rd.
Crowd being shown by marker Peter Shaw, chairman of New Zealand Selectors. Showing the crowd too. Remember, it's the race to 21. Forsyth. Now it's starting to bite. He does have the last bowl, but he needs this one in the block hole. Things just cramping up a little with him. Knows it's his title, he owns at the moment. Will it pass over? Looks narrower to me. Is he having a go at Lawson's bowl? If he did, he needed weight. He didn't have weight. Not a good end, this, from Ali Forsyth, you'd have to say. He matched him stride for stride in the first, but then the last 2 bowls, he's just drifted off a little, hasn't he?
He has, and you know, Gary Lawson, with his last bowl, he's got an opportunity to draw the 3rd shot, which would take him to 21 and really put the pressure on Ali Forsyth.
Will the mantle of champion change hands on this bowl? That's basically what we're saying. He holds 2. There's the little man from Hornby Domain Club. Everyone in his club will be willing him on. This is it. If not, it's another end. Although Ellie does have 1 left. Comes on the other hand this time, does Lawson, and he jogs down behind it. I think he quite likes it. So he should. I think he likes us a lot. And so he should like it. That's really turned the screw on the playing through champion. Gary Lawson, 1 hand on the trophy. 1 left up the spout for Ali Forsyth.
He'll be attacking this and
He must do.
looking for the curl or taking at least 1 bowl out of the head.
He must do. This is the championship here. It's do or die. Playing through champion, given a great exhibition himself. He runs at it. All eyes at Burnside are on it. It's coming pretty good line. It's coming a pretty good line. Will he take one out? And he takes the deck as well and gets the shot. He gets the shot as well. Superb bowl played by the champion. A champion bowl by a champion bowler. He gets 2 for his trouble. They're even Stevens. What a magnificent bowl. Let's hope we can get a replay of that one. Here it goes. Bang, bang, and trails. And he says, thank you very much. He dances. He does the old Nelson Wharfie roll. He is right back in this, Stewie, and
He
boy,
certainly is.
that's what he had to do.
That was a champion bowl, really.
It was.
Under pressure, he was game down, and he didn't go too quick. I thought he might have gone a bit quicker than that, but he chose very good weight and got a tremendous result.
So, from a hand on the tiller to even Stevens. Remarkable bowl. Cometh the hour, cometh the man, perhaps, Stu.
Yes, well, he's right back in here now. 18 all.
I think he probably enjoyed being the 2003 champion a bit.
I think he would have done.
He doesn't want to give away the 04.
Keep on running, keep on hiding. One fine day I'm gonna be the one to make you under.
And it's Forsyth with the mat. Now, this will be interesting, his first bowls, Stu. We commented, didn't we? We didn't think he was quite as confident on that first bowl when he lets it go.
It's important that he gets one close, this first one here.
We're coming to decision time, but when that'll be, well, that remarkable bowl on that last end looks pretty good to me. Looks pretty good to me. In fact, it looks a lovely bowl. He's had the adrenaline run and he's put it there. Take that, Gary Lawson, he says. And I'll tell you what, Lawson won't disappoint. Up he comes. The cherry rolls towards
Looks very
the
close.
green, and
Looks
it's
very
looking
close.
good to me, and he knocks him out of the way. His eye ain't gonna lie down, son. Gary Lawson with the toucher. Be interesting who's got the shot. If we get the overhead shot, he's asking the question. One to Forsyth. They are toe to toe with this. Remember, 10-4 down, nearly gone for all money. Toe-to-toe stuff. Jogs up after it. Just the big lumber man from Nelston. He wants a roll out of it. If he can get it, he can't. Wilson asking. He's going to go on the forehand. Of course, he's got his bowl out to the wing. If he can pick the jack, he could drag it across towards it. Nicely away again, but I just don't know if it'll turn enough for him, will it? Forsyth's watching.
Maybe just a bit quick, that's all.
Yes. But who knows, given what we saw at that last end, what bowl might be in the count in the end.
That's right, yes. And it always pays to have back bowls because, 99% of the time the jack only moves backwards.
You are at the Burnside Bowling Club. High overcast conditions, but boy, the temperature's just picked up on the green. The GM Daewoo Dorchester Finance 2004 Men's Singles Championship. Who will be crowned? Playing through against a two-time winner. Tailor-made. It's going to hang a bit for him, I think. The little men are on fire and the big fella's on fire.
Yes, Ali Forsyth is giving Gary Lawson a good opportunity here. Falling short, any movement on the jack is going to go back to Gary's bowls.
Come on your forehand this time for Lawson still.
Yeah, it's on the forehand. He'll be just looking to draw the jack. He touches it, it's a bonus.
Lawson. We know he's capable of playing the shot. We've seen it before. But a truly remarkable shot by Forsyth the end before. Gary's gone wide and long.
He's just a bit quick for the shot. He's
Line wasn't bad, pretty good actually.
Now then, I'd like to see Forsyth go to the back. I think he needs one round behind, I think, Stu.
Yeah, he probably needs one on the head as well, but ideally for him, a back toucher would be the best bowl he
He
could
hasn't
play.
enough ammo left to do all that, so I think he needs to get around the jack. He's holding one. It's gone.
He's trying
Don't get it back.
to run the second shot off to put the pressure on Gary Lawson. He runs it off. He's
He's on fire. He's got him. He's on fire as the man from United and Nelson. You can be downright proud of that man up that way, I tell you.
and he's holding 3 shots. He's
He
holding
is.
the game.
He's there. The pressure swings back. to Lawson. Last end, all on Forsyth. This end, all on Lawson. You've had your money's worth, I'm telling you. Lawson, quiet. Doesn't muck around. Lets it go. He's got to get in the group. He's got to be in the group. He's going to have to turn. He's going to have to turn. He's going to come off someone. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. He has come and he has conquered. He has retained his title from the United Club in Nelson. You can be proud of your man because Ellie Forsyth has come back not from the dead, but by crikey, 1 foot on the ladder anyway, I'll tell you. Gary Lawson, it was his for a while, but 2 superb shots came back. Here we are on the replay. Lawson has a go. He hits the green bowl. All he succeeds in doing is promoting it, and we have the running through champion to wrap it. Ellie Forsyth, how good does it get? It's very tough, I'm sure, to win one, but to back up back to back.
Oh, it doesn't get any tougher. Just winning one was pretty special, but to back up after having a big target on my forehead this year especially, it was very sweet.
10-2. Did you think you'd gone for all money against Lawson?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. I just, at that stage, I was hoping to get to double figures basically and just make it look respectable.
Most incredible 2 shots, the last 2 ends. Where did you pull the first stunt from?
Oh, well, first one, it was pretty much game, set, a match anyway if I didn't try something a bit different. And so I knew if I had the right weight, I was in with a chance. So I just pulled the old rabbit out of the hat.
Then last end, you must have fancied your chances, did you?
Yeah, I did. I mean, Gazza had a couple of chances and he was only just off the mark, and I knew if I sat his bowl back a couple of feet, I was going to be laying 3 if I could stay dead. So, yeah, I thought it was worth the risk.
What does it mean to United Club, mate?
Oh, I think it means a lot, like to win it once, like with Murray and myself last year, it was a pretty special achievement, and this year to win 2 more with the pairs, ladies pairs as well as myself, it's awesome. It's always great to keep pushing the profile of the club.
Probably early at the moment, but where do you set your goal in the short term?
Short term, as far as I see it, it's just to cement my spot in the under 30s. Anything more than that's a bonus, but to make the Commonwealth Games in 206 would be very special.